What is going on, people? We are back. Hope you guys missed me. I missed y'all. We're back here. Let's finish this up. All right. Now, what do we have here? What is this thing? I tried the little key I had fished out of the murky puddle in the sewers. It fit, and I heaved open the rusty door. The wind was picking up a bit. The night air had become strangely chilly. Huh? What was in here? Oh, this is like a different path right here? I guess let's go back in here first, people. We need to go up in here first. Whoa, what was that? Okay, just some bugs. Yeah, just some bugs. What do we have here? A house? This is the house we started in, people. This has to be the house we started in. Has to be. Now, I don't know if I want to go back in here. This man won't stop complaining about his wallet, so let's just get up in here. The old train station was quiet as a tomb. The only sound was that of the increasing wind buffeting the decrepit structure. Look at the maps. We can go ahead and get back here. Get back out here. From here we can go back this way. Should be nothing over here. Perfect. That never gets not tiresome. Okay, what's up in here? What do we have here? This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned on that map I had seen. Whoever was poking around in those tunnels underneath that man's house had scribbled notes on this place, but I couldn't make them out. Here, the sign pointed out various campsites and walking paths within the woods. Why are we walking into the woods late at night like this? No type of logical sense. It mentioned a river and maybe a washroom, but the rest was too faded to see clearly. What is that? Huh? This took me somewhere else? This man really ran through the bushes. What do we have here? Trampled into the dirt and grass was a plastic card of some kind. I brushed it off and was surprised to see it was my credit card. I wasn't sure if it was still usable, but it was mine. Did I take back my credit card? I mean, I guess. What does it really matter? What are you about to buy right now? No, no, no. What does that say? Don't knock? Oh, don't look? Oh, don't look. Don't look at what? I'm curious. What's up in here? I need to see. Huh? Nah, get me back up in here. I need to see what lies within. The grimy sink had a small patch in it that looked almost clean. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Y'all see the stalls? What's up in here? Knock, knock. A musty wooden plank popped up the stall door. It didn't really seem useful. Did I bother to take it? I mean, sure. What is it, a wooden plank? Yeah, a 2x4? Oh, yeah. I wasn't sure why, but I took the plank. Player, just trust me. I know what I'm doing. In case we need to go up somebody's head with a 2x4. Now we got it. Okay, we're out of here. What do we have here? There were some personal effects shoved back into the rock. Wait, there was a notebook there too. Did I read it? Read the notebook. Inside the cheap dollar store notebook was page after worn page of names and lists. None of it made much sense. The newest page contained several names. Okay, people. The acronym we're going to come up with, people. HOAC, or HOAC, H-O-A-C, HOAC. And then I'd her, I-D-H-R-R. HOAC, I'd her. That's how we're gonna remember, people. Hoak, hide her. Saying it helps me remember, people. HOAC, ID, hide her. IDHRR. Perfect. We got it down, people. We got it down. Hoak. Heather Olivia Ashley. Heather Olivia Ashley. Cheryl. Iris, Daphne, Holly, Rose, and Rachel. Heather Olivia Ashley. We're good. We're good here. Ashley is the only A. Let's do it. Let's do it. Rachel. Her name was last on the list and had a mark beside it in blue ink. The names Daphne and Olivia had been crossed out in the same blue ink. Okay. Daphne and Olivia were crossed out. Daphne and Olivia. So Olivia, the second name, Hoak, and then Daphne. Eyed her. The second name in... Okay. We're good. Cheryl, Heather, and Rose had also been crossed out. Rose is, I think, at the bottom. Or no, Rachel's at the bottom. Rose is right next to her. Cheryl is the last Hoak. She's at the end, fourth. And then Heather, Hoak. Hoak is first. Cheryl, okay, so Heather had been crossed out. Heather and Olivia, I think, had been crossed out. Okay. But these marks looked older and more faded. Okay. Alright, let's move. We're out of here. Through the dense trees, I could finally start to see some light. I must have been at the edge of the forest, though. I wasn't sure where the path ahead of me led. I could almost feel the cryptic notebook in my pocket. Oh, he kept it with him. As I tried to think about what it could mean, and where were the campers who had abandoned their site. Would I meet them too? Though the path ahead of me was less dense, I still felt guarded and wary. Who knew what was ahead? Relax, we're out of here, bro. What's up in here? As I stepped through the gate, I suddenly recognized the auto parts factory, where I had worked as a machinist for all those years. The plant had chosen almost 3 years ago. Now times... Oh. The plant had closed almost 3 years ago now. Times were better then. I thought I could hear a faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was just the wind. They always give us choices. Okay, what's up in here? What in the world? Is that a cop? No, go back in there. This guy, stop being a coward. What is this over here? Sir. I found the body of a security guard, just doing his job, no doubt. His face was covered with blood from some kind of head wound. I wondered, was this flashlight his? Not anymore. Okay, that's all that was in here. Oh, what do we have here? Dug into the ground was a cracked old watch. First my wallet and now this. Did I retrieve my watch? Yeah, I grabbed that watch. The watch was useless, but I put it on my wrist anyway. Yes, sir. We still gotta be swagging, people. Why was all my stuff missing? I feel like it's gonna turn out, people, that I'm the guy myself who's been doing all this. I just like lost my memory. Okay, we in here. That's fine. A locker. Y'all remember the key? A key card in a locker, people. Okay, I can't open that. One of the lockers hung open. Its contents were tossed around like someone had been looking for something. Okay. Now before we go upstairs, people, we need to continue down here and see what lies inside. We fear nothing. Oh, they give you so many options here. Okay. Let's start with this. The door was locked shut and there was a little electronic box under the handle. A sign was posted to the front that said closed for repairs. There was a large power box with 5 lights on it. Cables burst out of the box, snaking off to other parts of the factory. The metal was starting to wear and cobwebs had collected on the corners. The box wasn't receiving power. Okay, so we need to power this thing. The door was locked tight. It seemed to be connected to the power box beside it. Okay, so once we turn this on, then that's going to turn this guy on. So in order to do that, we need to turn on these guys here. Yep, we in here. This was Norman's locker. The door was dented like someone had punched it. I don't remember him doing that when he worked there. Okay, turn the switch. Wish I could speed up the text for this game. Okay, that's good. A utility shelf crammed within mismatched tools and items. There was a claw hammer on the shelf. Did I take it? Yes, we did. As I took the hammer, I realized it wasn't as dusty as the rest of the tools on the shelf. Perfect. What's up in here? I struck with the hammer. The old wooden boards came apart easily. After I removed the planks, I left the hammer on the floor. Why would you do that? Okay, it's fine. We still have our other weapons of choice on our person. This was my locker. There in the factory. It stank of booze. Okay, so he was a drinker. There was a picture of Rachel on the inside. If it looked like it had been torn up. Oh, it. I thought I had taken that picture home when the factory closed. Well, apparently you didn't. There was a mess of empty booze bottles. I wondered if that man in the house had something to do with this. He sure had a lot of alcohol at his place. Like I said, bro, this is not painting a good picture for you. It's seeming more and more like this guy was you. Here we go. The key card I found seemed like it would pass through this reader. Did I use the key card? Yes, sir. We in there. What do we have here? Okay, that's something that's going to take me down somewhere. Let's see. There was some kind of ventilation hatch there. It looked like I could jump to the room below. My leg hurt enough as it was, but I couldn't see another option. Nah. If I was too chicken to jump down that broken ladder before, why do it now? There had to be another way. This game, you see how this game's trying to disrespect? Don't ever in your life disrespect my life decisions. Now, see, they're gonna call me a chicken, but then I mess around and actually do it, and then I break my leg, and now I can't walk anymore. So now who's looking like the chicken? Nah, we're gonna go ahead and take this exit. The door had somehow locked itself again. There was no keycard slot on this side. Oh, you can't be serious. Oh my gosh, my curiosity. I should have just went downstairs. Well, we don't have any choice now. Yeah, come on down here. That didn't seem that painful. That did not seem that painful. My leg hurt like hell. Okay, we're good. We're good. Oh, yeah, I'm seeing that lamp. But we're good. What is this thing? There was a crumpled up letter on the floor. It had been scratched out heavily, and it was hard to make out. Did I try to read the letter? Yes, try to read the letter. Most of the letter was violently scratched out with what looked to be a ballpoint pen. All I could make out was, need to, just don't, drinking, need, I don't know, just don't go drinking or whatever, need Norman. Who was Norman writing to? Okay. Oh, he was the one writing it. The bottom of the ventilation hatch hung open. It was pretty high up. I wasn't sure if anyone could have got back up there. Okay, well, we're down here. Let's continue on. I stepped out of the factory, glad to be rid of its smell of its memories. I couldn't stop thinking about that room with the bottles in it. Was that guard I found outside really drinking up there? What about Norman? And who had rooted through all those lockers? I couldn't tell where I was as I looked around, but I figured I needed to get to a road, get my bearings. Maybe Norman could help. His store wasn't that far from the turnoff to the factory, if I remember correctly. Okay, and we're outside once again. Well, let's get on the road. Okay, I see the city in the background. Civilization. The garbage bin was a disgusting mess of rotten food and slick black bags. I saw a thin greenish corner poking out from one of the bags. It was my driver's license. It looked damaged. Did I take it back? Yes, I did. Who are you? I cleaned the card off as best I could. It looked pretty beat up. I was amazed to have found my credit card and now this. I tucked the card into my wallet next to my credit card. So we can't know your name? Crazy. Sounded like it was gonna start raining again. Uh-oh. Okay, we need to hurry up and get up out of here. I had entered Norman's place. This was the back of the store that he ran. It was oddly quiet, except for the faint sound of a television. Norman! Norman, you up in here? Norman, my guy. Okay, so it's raining outside. Before we go upstairs, let me go ahead and go through here. The entrance to the front of the store was locked from the inside. Looked like I couldn't just pop it open. It needed a key. There was a bit of blood on the keyhole. Norman, quit playing and open this door up. Norman. Norman, you know you hear me. Open this door up. Okay. Alright, Norman. What is this? A coat? What the hell? One of Rachel's old autumn coats hung on a rack. That was Norman's bedroom, wasn't it? What was this doing there? Player. You need to read between the lines. Inside the cabinet was a small but impressive collection of hunting rifles. Ooh, shotguns and even a few items. I didn't think they were legal here. Well, let me cop one. One of the slots on the rack was empty. The gun I had found seemed to match the others there. If the handgun was Norman's, what the hell was he doing with it? The gun would fit there. Did I place it back in the cabinet? No! Though it weighed on me, I had a hard time parting with the weapon just then. We need to keep that on hand. For that, though. Ooh. You know what they say, people. Too much television can kill. Message. Oh no, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman, my coworker. Oh, that's Norman. Norman, my coworker, and one of my few friends I had in this town lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he'd been shot trying to get up. His eyes were wide with shock, though they were already drying. Norman, what was Rachel doing here? Why did you have her coat? Norman, maybe you deserve better. You probably did. Did I close his eyes? What kind of question is that? Nah, leave his eyes open. Sorry, Norman, but at that moment I was too confused to worry about you. I needed to find Rachel to find some answers. We gotta leave his eyes open, people. We were never here. We were never here. If Norman really gets upset because I didn't close his eyes, honestly, Norman's not my friend anymore. Box. What do we have here? Yeah, open this box up. There were more of Rachel's things, more of my wife's clothes. Photos, shoes, even that old radio I gave her. What were you doing here with Norman? Okay, so Norman might have been a freak. What's this here? Oh, this is the same thing as the letter. Okay, well. Some astute observations. That night continued to take horrible turn after horrible turn. It had been weeks since I'd last seen Norman, but to find him like that... As I thought of him still lying on the floor back there, the gun I carried seemed ever present. Seeing that dusty box of those old clothes was a shock. How long had they been there? And what was Rachel doing at Norman's place? I felt like I had only discovered more questions, no answers, but I was close to home. It was time to find out the truth. Yeah, let's get to the house. Okay, alright. What's up in here? The neighborhood's local post box. A letter was sticking out as if someone hadn't pushed it all the way in. I knew it wasn't right, but did I look at the letter? Yeah, we looked. The envelope was addressed to Norman. There was no return address, but the handwriting looked familiar. I took a deep breath and tore open the package. For the record, people, I would never do this in real life. It's a video game. I'm sending this to you in a letter because I'm afraid to tell you this in person. What we did, well, it was wrong. My husband isn't an easy... But he is my husband and your friend. I need some time to sort this out, away from you, both. I'm going away for a while. I'm going to tell him. People, it's sounding more and more like our guy, the player. He's the one who did all this. Norman, so don't you think you can hold that against me? Maybe we'll work it out. I'm not sure I even want to, but he deserves at least that much. Goodbye. Yikes. I didn't know what to think. My mind was racing, my heart pounding. I had to get home. I just had to. I had entered our backyard. The rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding, and it chilled me through my clothes. I was expectant, but also afraid. Okay, okay. I held my breath as I approached our back door. I was terrified to step inside. What's up in here? What's up in here? The house was painfully quiet. The only sound was my own breathing, ragged and strained. I flicked the light switch by the door. The power was off. No way I was going to walk away from this now. I respect that. I respect that. What's up in here? You gotta command authority in your house, people, in your household. I remembered having breakfast here on this very table. Was that yesterday or sometime before? Hey, who's up in my house? Who's up in my house? What do we have here? I found the last missing piece from my wallet. The old photo of Rachel and I stared back at me, reminding me of better times. It didn't make me feel terribly comfortable. Did I keep it anyway? Yeah, you gotta keep that on hand. I replaced the photo in my wallet, feeling like I had got part of my life back. Still, the image made me uneasy. Why had I thrown it away? You have earned a trophy. Stolen identity. Okay, so I got my identity back. Wait, stolen identity? Our television. I had purchased it before I knew I was going to lose my job. This man lost his job? I felt pretty guilty about it afterward, but by then, it was too late. Nah, fam. You gotta keep those priorities straight. We don't have no money coming in. We can't afford expenses like that. Bro, it's not looking good for you. My wife's, Rachel's suitcase was sitting on the bed. It was closed, but I had a feeling what was in it. Did I open it? Yeah, what's up in here? Rachel's suitcase contained clothes, toiletries, and a train ticket. Oh, so she was trying to leave town. Is this what you were going to do with Norman? Yeah, this man, it's not looking good for you, player. It's not looking good for you. I unlocked the basement door. Who's down here? Who's up in my house? There were old Christmas decorations in the box. Okay. The garbage were stuffed with old paint cans and supplies. There was a dirty old key here. Did I take the key? Yes. Oh yeah, I remember. I know what it unlocks. The grimy key I had found in the basement unlocked the door. It looked like the room had been tossed around. The furniture was a mess. Did somebody break in here? What do we have here? There was an old crowbar on the floor. Did I need to... Yeah, give me that crowbar. I appreciated its weight. I like that. Okay, we got ourselves a crowbar. By the looks of it, the crowbar had broken a few... Yeah, something. I didn't need to read through that whole thing. We know what a crowbar is capable of, people. We know. Did I break through the wall with the crowbar? Break through. I smashed a hole large enough to step through. My breath caught in my throat. What was it? Was Rachel down there? Was she okay? Huh? Player, what did you have going down here in your house? What is all this? What does that say? Don't cook? A filthy looking pile of rags had been dumped in the corner. The stench of them was awful and made my eyes water. People, if this is I can't even remember his girl. If this is Rachel, I'm about to lose it, people. If this is Rachel, I was terrified to even touch the pile to see what lay within, but I knew I had to. I had come this far. After all this searching, after all I had seen, when I looked within the rags, did I finally find my Rachel? I have to answer that yes or no? What happens if I say no? Why would they give me a question like this? When I looked within the rags, did I finally find my Rachel? I don't know how to answer that. Well, let's just say yeah. Let's just say yeah. Rachel? Okay, so she's still alive. Wrapped within the... Okay, filthy rags, pale and still, was Rachel. She was covered in fading bruises and what looked like cuts. Her chest was a horrible mess of blood and dirt. Ugh. And I couldn't bear to look at it. The knife in my boot, the gun in my pocket, were they the tools of her murder? I thought about all I had seen and wondered if any of it could help me figure out who had done this. And when I couldn't stay there any longer, I stepped away on shaky legs and made my way back upstairs. Reluctantly exhausted from my journey, I could no longer resist the urge to close my eyes. This man really went and took a nap after finding his dead wife. Grim discovery. Okay. We need to go. They got all these new clues. Oh my gosh. I already remember the names, people. Hoak and Ishmer. Idher. Okay. Yeah, we don't need to relook through all this stuff. My old office safe sat on the blah blah blah. I used to keep tax records, but I didn't have the code. Maybe I had left it somewhere. We are not looking for that code, people. We are out of here. Okay, where the exit at? Let me see this, and then we're out of here. I couldn't leave, not until I had thought about this some more. I needed answers. Are you kidding me? So we have to go find these clues? Oh my gosh, okay, well, if we must, let's go, I guess, back up to the top. And let me go get the rest of these little clues right quick. Okay, my computer. But I found some notes and loose paper in the drawer where I found the key. It was a yellow sticky note with an 8-digit number. 4R3. Okay, remember this, people. 4R3. Oh, 4R30. 4R30. Her 30. Or her 3. 4R30. Her 3. Did I take it? Yes. 4R30. Yeah, 4R30. 4R30. Her 3. Anything in the bathroom that I missed? Reflection. I'm kind of speeding through it a little bit now, people. Just because I know this video is going to be long. I don't want it to be too long, and they're dragging on. Yep. Rachel and I, when we first moved to town, I'm in it. Oh, in it, we were smiling outside the front of the house, which looked like a real mess. We looked happy, though. Odd I couldn't remember who took that photo. Inside the safe was also an envelope. The front of it read, "Do not open until I tell you." I guess this was a a time as any to see what was inside. Did I open and read what was inside? Yeah, read what's inside. I tore open the envelope and removed the yellow lined paper inside. On it was a letter written in a hand that looked familiar. The letter read, I know this whole event has probably been pretty difficult. You can't imagine how hard it's been for me to, well, maybe you can. That isn't meant to be an excuse, but, well, I hope you can better understand why I've done what I've done. All this mystery. Tell me who you are. Where am I? Who am I? Moving to this town seemed like such a dream. A quiet place to get established, to live out our lives and to be together. But you know as well as I do that that things quickly changed. Your drinking was one thing, but as you grew more distant, as you retreated into that world of yours, well, it was clear you didn't need me as much. In fact, maybe you never needed me at all. But it took all this to make you realize. In the end, though, you may never forgive me for this. You may never forgive yourself, but this is probably for the best. You'll be healthier for this. I'm just sorry it had to happen this way. Rachel. Secret documents. Okay. I guess now we can get up out of here. I think people were going to have to go check on Rachel again. I couldn't leave, not until I had thoughts about this some more. Okay, yeah, we gotta go check on Rachel. Okay. I couldn't go back down, not until I'd gone over everything I needed to make sure I was perfectly clear. What else is there to go over, sir? Literally, what else is there to go over? I must have locked the door. There was no reason to return to the backyard anyway. Oh my gosh. There would be no more dinners here, no more chit-chat. Okay, if you're not going to give me some helpful tips, then just don't talk. Okay. Yeah, we got to see what's down here now. It seemed like I had seen all there was. Maybe I thought I was ready to go back into the basement. Let's do it. Rachel. Maybe there wouldn't be anything for me to find, but I had to at least take a last look. If I was guilty, I could take this to a warm, safe place and do something about it. Did I pick up the knife? If I was guilty, I could take this... Sure. Yep, keep it in hand. Keep it in hand. If I wanted to end it, I could do it. I could do it with that gun. Did I pick it up again? Yeah, we need all that. We need all our weaponry. But I wouldn't let it go. Not again. Yeah, keep keep it on hand. Okay. Yeah, how do we get up in here? Enter. How do I enter? I needed to put an end to this situation one way or another. I don't understand. How do I get up in here? Do I have to go back upstairs? I'm so confused. That was it with Rachel gone. I couldn't stand to be in that house a moment longer, but I had the gun again and that knife. This wasn't the only way to end this, I knew, but did I leave and say goodbye to that nightmare forever? This wasn't the only way? What else could I have done? Yeah, we're out of here. Living in this town hadn't been easy. The plan had helped me in some way to stay grounded. It kept me in line, gave me something to do, and helped me get away from my past. When the factory closed, everything changed. I guess that was when I started sleepwalking, disappearing for hours at a time. I had MRIs and piles of doctors' reports, but nothing seemed to help, not even drinking. But I swear I had tried to give it up. I know it. The sleepwalking never really went away though. But I know Rachel had tried. I know she had tried to be there for me, even when everything was falling apart. This night had unearthed terrible truths. but I knew it was a final act of a long-standing horror I'd been living. Waking up in that house tonight was the final cruelty. I wish I had remained unconscious in that room forever. Okay, player. You were talking some nonsense. It was obvious to me that the man I had found in that house had something to do with all this. Could he have killed Rachel? It started to seem that there were too many things I had seen to think otherwise. Now that I thought of it, those sewers were a terrible mystery. What had happened there? I was lucky in my way to even find my way out of there. But I never did find out what was on that tape that I now kept. What might it have shown me? I had found the contents of my wallet scattered throughout town. Why the hell had I been out there? Had my sleepwalking gone to some new extreme? The thought that I couldn't account for my whereabouts, but knew I had been to that forest and even Norman's place, well, it was terrifying. I didn't know what that meant, but at least I had recovered my things. Hopefully, I thought that that would cover my tracks, so I wouldn't be blamed for all this. Deep within those woods, though, was where things became truly awful. Finding that notebook only made things worse. Rachel's name had been on that list, so what terrible plot was she a part of? Okay, is this like the game's way of like summarizing my decisions? There was a similar list of names on that desk back in those tunnels. What was the connection? Whatever had happened, I knew at least that Norman wasn't the one who kept going back to that factory. I hoped it meant that he had nothing to do with that guard's violent end. But who had been rooting through those lockers or drinking in that boarded up room? After the factory, I thought I might find some solace if I could just get to Norman's store. This dude is just talking, bro. At this point, I don't really care who the culprit was. I'm pretty sure it was you. When I say you people, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about this dude I'm playing as player. But I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt and say that it might have been somebody else. But you're seeming kind of suspicious. But all I found were more horrors and more questions. Now that I really consider it, that's when I should have seen it coming. Norman, what were you and Rachel up to? It was obvious things were more complicated than I'd ever imagined. How long had you been going behind my back? More importantly, why Norman? Whoever had killed Rachel had probably gone after you too. Maybe they knew about what you were up to. I would never know peace, Norman, but despite your transgressions, a part of me really did hope that you would. When I had marched through the rain towards home, I desperately clung to the hope that this would end. And I guess in a way it did, but how could I have known how hopeless it all was? I had started to feel as disoriented as when I sleepwalked, to think of it now. Sleepwalked? Is that the past tense of sleepwalk? Is it really sleepwalked? No, that does not sound right. Sleptwalk? Slept walked? I don't know. I guess I should have known from the terrible silence that greeted me when I first stepped into our house and stood there in the kitchen. There was no sound of television, radio, even the air was still. But seeing Rachel there, lying ruined and discarded in the basement, that was a horror I could never have imagined. I didn't know if I'd ever find the answers I craved, but I knew that somehow that other man I had found was responsible for this. If not directly, he must have had a hand in Rachel's death. So what was I doing in that They're trying to get me with that. I'm trying to keep things PG, people. So what was I doing in that house of his? Had I found out? Had I killed him? My condition made it difficult to know. Memories and time frames were always a mess, and I could never be sure. Knowing that man was dead, though, was cold comfort. My wife was gone, and no matter what happened to me now, I was lost forever. What is that sound? As I swung open the door and stepped out into the air, I caught the scent of wet grass and fog. Rachel, my beautiful wife, just the thought of her again, cold and inert, shook me from head to toe. What would I do now? Who could I turn to? It would only be a matter of time before the police got involved, before the neighbors knew. The front lawn was soft and giving beneath my feet, and I couldn't shake the urge that I shouldn't stand there, but rather that I should run. Where am I moving to? You have earned a trophy. What happened? What was the ending? I'm so confused. River's fulfillment. Did I win? Home is dedicated to my wife Nancy. Watch your back. Watch my back. That's the end of the game? Huh? I am so perplexed. This man was just rambling. Player, what happened? I'm so confused. Apologies, people. I just tapped my mic. I'm really trying to sit here and think on that one. What just happened? I am... Well, people, there you have it. Apparently, thank you guys for watching. Know that one was a little confusing. That may have been a little confusing for y'all. How I can summarize this, or as best I can summarize it, we never got bro's name. We found his identity and stuff and got his wallet. Norman, I guess, was our homie. Found him dead. We don't know what happened. Something was going on with Norman and our wife, Rachel. I'm not going to say they were cheating because we don't have enough evidence. And, I don't just go out and make accusations or make claims without solid factual evidence. There are like little letters and stuff that allude to it, but it doesn't specifically state. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that I'm not gonna put down my man Norman like that. Even though I did not close that man's eyes. What good does it do to close his eyes when he's dead? How does that help him out, people? How is that gonna help Norman? Anyway, let me know in the comment section down below if somebody has played this game before home. I believe this is available on PS4 as well. I just played it on the PlayStation TV, and I think it's also on PS Vita. It might be on PS3 too. If you have played through this game before, somebody let me know in the comment section down below. What is there like a true ending to this? Because I'm utterly confused at this point. Are there multiple different endings? That's what I'm assuming right now, is that there are different endings depending on what options you choose. And so this was the ending that I got, where I guess he's running away from home with just a whole bunch of questions and no memory of anything, basically. Which, I mean, it's fine. I didn't die. So y'all see I held it down, but somebody just let me know in the comment section down below. Like I said, like this video if you guys did enjoy it. I know this was kind of a little bit weirder, but yeah, I just wanted to try, a little horror-esque game. And so, yeah, home was our game. Yeah, they definitely put it in the title, a unique horror game. Our horror adventure. This was definitely unique. Benjamin Rivers, this was most certainly unique. Yeah, all that good stuff. Lastly, if you guys are new to the channel and you enjoyed this kind of thing, subscribe to the channel. If you didn't, then don't. This was kind of some different content than what I usually do, but just a little mixed up. So, like at your discretion, comment at your discretion, subscribe at your discretion. Have a safe, enjoyable Halloween, for whatever that may mean to people. And I will see you guys in the next video.